After the disastrous reveal of the PlayStation 5 Pro, Sony decided to hold a conference in which they would share some upcoming games with us. Naturally, you'd expect to see a lot of new games supporting the device, right? But this conference is the most deceptive thing I have ever seen in my life. Let me explain to you how the conference, or should I say, episode, started. It's a little strange, starting with the Astro Bot game and the reveal of a free add-on coming later this year, carrying 5 new challenge stages and characters from Helldivers 2. They announced an add-on coming soon and for free. Then, there was a shift. The speaker expressed his great happiness with people's love for Straw, and from there, the conference actually began. They revealed The Midnight Wake from the same developers as Lost at Random, but this time, their new game supports VR, and honestly, it looks good. Its artistic direction is strange but beautiful, and I loved that it will be available in a console version. So, if you don't want to play it in VR, you still have the option to play it normally and not be deprived of trying it. After that, we saw the reveal of a game called Hills Us, an action-adventure game. At first, I thought it looked like a Souls-like, but as the show progressed, I realized it had a slightly different identity in terms of gameplay, puzzles, and ideas. The adventure, in general, I like Souls games, but with some differences, it looks beautiful. Even the graphics are very respectable. Then we saw a demo of the VR game Metro Awakening, which is coming on November 7th. Despite my lack of interest in it, I have to admit, it looks very, very awesome. One of the cleanest VR games out there. Starting from this point, the conference took on the style of Jeff Keighley, where they show you a lot of games one after the other. This is the first time you hear about them or even the developers. Games like Arc Age Chronicles, an action-adventure game that I felt was a mix of Judgment, God of War, The Witcher, and Souls. The presentation was strange to me. I didn't like it at all. But if you ask me why, I can't even explain it. Maybe we've just had enough of Souls-like games. After that, they officially revealed the famous Pal World game for the PlayStation 5, and it's available today. This game is broken, between the number of players on one hand and the issues Nintendo is raising on the other. And Sony continues to support the remaster after remaster. They announced a collection of Lunar, with parts 1 and 2 coming in 2025 for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Who's still playing these old games, guys? Then, we saw an addition for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, followed by a demo for Sonic. Then, we saw a demo of the game Fantagun, New Dimension, and let me tell you, by this point, I started to fall asleep. But I woke up when they showed a long demo of Dragon Age, the Veilguard. Although even Dragon Age fans aren't enthusiastic about it, I think it's amazing and could be one of the best games this year. They gave it a good review in general. Tal Leader announced that the Lake House from Online Week 2 would be released in October. Now, if you ask me which VR game I'm most excited to play, I'll tell you without thinking, Hitman. Oh my god, it's awesome. Hitman and VR feel like a match made in heaven. It's coming in December this year. Because it's Sony and remasters, we saw the unveiling of the remastered Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, Parts 1 and 2, in an improved collection. Sony and remasters, a never-ending love story. Then, we saw Fear the Spotlight from Blumhouse Studio, one of the 70 horror games they're making at the same time. Moving on, we saw a new presentation for the game Towers of Expansion, now announced for early access in November. At this point, the video presentation felt less like a live broadcast and more like a series of tweets. They mentioned that LEGO Fortnite will have split screen and that a PlayStation controller inspired by Fortnite is coming soon. Do we really need a whole conference to reveal this? Then came the surprise of the conference, Dynasty Warriors Origins, with a long gameplay reveal. Dynasty Warriors is back with a confirmed release date of January 17th. But the real jaw-dropper was the new Monster Hunter wheels. With the official release date of February 28th finally revealed, my excitement levels skyrocketed. Next, they announced that LEGO Horizon Adventures would be released on November 14th. It looks like they put all their effort into making it the best technical showcase for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Then, they announced a remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn. I mean, come on, who asked for this? Sony seems disconnected from reality at this point, making decisions nobody understands or wants. Why not focus on remastering games that actually deserve it, like Bloodborne or God of War? After this, we saw Steeler Blade, the new photo mode, and a collaboration with Nier, coming later this year. The conference started to feel like a series of animated tweets again. They announced the PlayStation Plus games for October: WWE 2K24, Dead Space, Doki Doki Literature Club. Lastly, the real conference finally began when the legend Mark Cerny appeared and spoke about the PlayStation 5 Pro. The conference ended with the big reveal of Ghost of Tsushima 2, coming in 2025. Finally, the long wait is over. In conclusion, the conference was deceptive. You'd think it was focused on games that support the PlayStation Pro, but most of what we saw didn't. Share your enthusiasm for Ghost of Tsushima 2 in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.